Everyone sucks at the beginning.
Do they? I think it's just you.
Are you ready?
Yes! Hello, everyone! Welcome back to Soul of a Gamer.
Soul of a Gamer.
My name is Scott Nell. I'm here with my co-host.
Stephen McGee.
And yeah, you know Stephen.
Yeah.
You know him.
Yeah. And every week we pick a different video game. We spend a week playing that video game. We tell you about all of our experiences with that video game, our first experiences, any problems or things we find funny in it, and just do all that.
Oh, nice. Oh, by the way, before we continue this...
Yes.
I found the game I want us to play at some point.
Oh, what's that?
I had to go back through my Xbox 360 achievements to find this fucking game.
Oh, okay.
And it took me a while. But it's Dark Sector. Remember I was saying Dark Blade?
Oh, okay.
But it's called Dark Sector. It's actually rated really highly, right?
Okay.
And I was like, why is it rated so high? It's fucking sucked. But I apparently did really well on it. And I don't remember, I was talking with your brother about this. I was like... You know what's funny? I don't remember the plot to this game, and apparently I beat it on the hardest difficulty. Because that was one of my achievements in there. I was like, I got 80% of the achievements. I don't remember the plot of this game.
Okay.
So that's how bad it was. I blocked it from my memory. I can vividly remember doing other things, but I cannot remember the plot of this game.
We'll add it to our list then.
Yeah. But yeah, so what did you say? Every week we do our stuff?
Yes,
Did you say that?
I did say that.
Okay.
We hope we enjoyed our last video.
No.
No, we're going to skip that?
No. We hope you enjoyed our last video, though. For reals, guys. We do.
We really do.
That one was fun, actually. I really enjoyed playing Sonic again. Going back and...
I didn't at first.
Yeah. Going back to your, memories, though, because like I said, I don't think I played Sonic 1. I think I just started with Sonic 2.
Yeah.
And that's really, as a kid... You go back to that first game you played, and you're just like, this is so fucking sweet. I remember this, and this is where I died nonstop.
Yep.
And I beat it. So, yeah, we hope you enjoyed Sonic. That was a lot of fun for us, and,
Yeah.
And, guys, seriously, just, we hope you're having fun listening to us. We know that every week we choose games that are kind of popular, and I think what we're going to do soon is switch that to, every once in a while do an unknown.
We are doing that for sure. We're definitely picking some, really underrated games or really unknown games or games
Two
that
Worlds.
didn't get a lot of
Two
attention.
Worlds that did not get a lot of attention, but didn't deserve it either. So.
It didn't, no. But we're doing something even Sleeping Dogs coming out the week after this one.
Yeah. That one, I didn't even know that game existed. So
Most people don't.
If we add Dark Sector to the list, I guarantee none of you have fucking played that game. If you have, you're in the small majority.
If you have, put a comment down. I want to see it. I want to know who's done it.
Yeah. All right. Continue.
Yes. So thank you for everybody who has reviewed us or given us any likes or follows or anything like that. We really appreciate it. All the algorithms really support people who get a lot of just feedback and attention. So the more you watch, the more you say something to us, the more everything is going to help our algorithm out, help us get viewed by other people. So just keep that up, please.
Yeah, and if we get our viewership up, we'll start posting more videos on our playthroughs of these games, and you can have fun with us while we're playing them, and then you can hear what we talk about as we go into it. Because even though I'm commenting on a video, maybe, I'm more into the game than I am to commenting about the video afterwards. You know what I mean? So if we get a lot of viewership, we'll love to put those videos online and actually have fun with you guys. So
yeah, we can start setting up actual collaborations with other YouTubers. We can actually start setting up actual live streams and stuff or live podcasts with you guys where you guys can actually interact with us, ask us questions, do anything like that.
Yeah. Your brother actually suggested one for
Diablo,
and I was like, yeah, because I don't know anything.
I was actually going to suggest we ask him.
He's a really highly ranked Diablo player, so
yes.
So we could totally pull him in here for a guest star appearance on that shitty game.
And I've got another YouTuber who's he's a desktop Yu-Gi-Oh player, and he posted a lot of videos on Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff, and we were thinking about playing the Yu-Gi-Oh game.
He is the one person who posts videos about Yu-Gi-Oh cards, so the only one. So guys, come on.
One of very few.
One of the vast minority of people, the one of 6 people who care about Yu-Gi-Oh still.
Yes. So Noble Knight Marty is his name, if you guys want to look him up.
Yeah. I'm sure he sucks, but okay.
If you're into Yu-Gi-Oh, though, you might want to.
Yeah. But guys, seriously, these reviews really help us out. Check it out, comment on videos, give us game suggestions. It struggles every week to get suggestions for these because we're like, what will be fun but not too overdone, and we want to do things that are more your request and less what we want to play. Because I really want to get out of my comfort zone and play games I would never fucking play.
Yes, which we're definitely trying to do, and we're definitely trying to get out of our wheelhouse. Like I'd never have played Fable before.
Yeah, Fable is a lot of fun. But yeah, that's this game of the week.
Yes.
Fable!
So our game of the week is Fable, and this is
amazing.
My first playthrough. I know you've played it several times.
A lot. I got all the achievements for the Xbox Anniversary Edition years
Nice.
ago, and I did it again.
Okay.
So I didn't even get an achievement for it. I just did the things
You did all the things you had to do.
Because it's a lot of fun. This game is one of the best games probably ever made. It's just
definitely...
It's groundbreaking.
I loved a lot of aspects of it, for sure.
I mean, I liked it better than I liked Two Worlds.
That's 100% sure. Like, it's way,
and it's a
way
soft
miles
RPG.
ahead of it.
It's not a hardcore RPG at all. It's one of those that it really can be an introduction to people to RPGs if they've never really played them before.
And you really can just kind of do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, and well, we'll start out at the beginning. So you are a farm boy.
A chicken chaser.
Chicken Chaser. That's your nickname. In the game, you can buy nicknames and
Titles.
Nicknames. Fucking,
Yeah,
they're
nicknames.
fucking nicknames. Because like, a title would be something you did, I feel like.
True.
So,
it would
like,
be given to you.
If you're a chicken chaser, it's because you fucking chase chickens. That makes sense. But if they're just, like, calling you things because you want them to, that's a fucking nickname.
True.
So...
But you have to pay for it.
Yeah, you do have to pay for it. And I ended up being Deathbringer.
I was Deathbringer.
Oh, nice, because that's the coolest one. There's no other one that's cool. It's like the
I almost did Arspag.
Yeah,
or whatever that one is. Like Aspag.
I kind of wanted them to have prostitute as one of them.
Oh, that would have been.
That would've been
I
great.
wanted pimp.
Yeah,
Honestly.
you could do the bordello. You could have totally got prostitute or pimp at the bordello.
Because you can even get a pimp hat.
Yeah.
It's actually called pimp hat.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the game, you're a farm boy who is trying to buy a present for his sister.
Yes.
And somehow it's a weird beginning. Like, I will say, it's very strange that you're like going out and getting gold pieces.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
In every other game, because there's bronze, silver, and gold, right? And gold is just what you get. You get random gold pieces from everyone. I'm like, how much gold is in this fucking world? This is insane.
Well, I honestly think in this world, gold is the only currency.
Yeah, well, yeah,
But-
it is, but it's just weird that how much gold there has to be
Yeah.
to make it the only fucking currency.
True.
So you have to get 5 or
You have
3.
to get at least 3 to get the chocolates.
But you can get up
from
to
the trader,
5,
But you can
I
get up
think.
to 5. By doing, your dad gives you 1 gold per every good deed that you do.
And you can get good deeds or gold by doing bad deeds as well.
I didn't know that.
So if you do a bad deed instead, the person who asked you to do the bad deed gives you a piece of gold.
Okay, so instead of getting it from your father.
So you can start out evil, but it's never good. Don't ever start out evil in this game, guys. It's never a good idea. I will tell you that I've played this game a bunch. Always start out good. If you want to turn evil, that's fine. Wait till after you get Scorn's bow, and we'll talk about that.
Yes.
But you do all this stuff, and then you get your sister a stupid present, or you don't even have to do it.
No, you don't.
You literally could just go talk to her and say, "I didn't get you a present. I'm pretty sure."
Yeah.
And
I mean, I got her the present.
yeah, I did too, because you get the extra gold pieces. Not that the 2 gold really fucking matters in this game.
Seriously.
Then bandits raid your place, your town, and kill everyone, including your dad and your sister and your mom and everyone. And then a random person shows up after the raid.
Yeah, a random wizard.
Yeah, fucking Maze. He's like he's like Master Splinter. That's what he is. That's what,
He's your guide that kind of teaches you magic.
he is Master Splinter. That's
He's
what
your
he is.
he's your Hagrid.
Yeah. Hagrid, Master Splinter. He's the guy who teaches you and takes you in as like a hero. Because
Well, he doesn't even teach you at all. He's literally like the Hagrid.
It's assumed because there's a big year skip or whatever that he teaches you during that year skip.
That's true.
He comes in after, and there's a heroes guild where people train to be heroes created before this, and all this crap. And you train to become a hero to get revenge for your family's death, and you eventually learn your sister's still alive and your mom's still alive, and the main bad guy ordered the village to die, and Maze is one of the bad guys. It's a bunch of stuff, but I don't really want to talk too much about the story because there's a lot of story in this, but it's more fun to talk about the shit you can do outside the story.
It is pretty fun.
So just know that you become a hero, and you can either go the villain route or the hero route. You can kill your sister, you can kill all the heroes, you can do a lot in this game.
Yes. Well, I'll talk about one of my favorite things if you want to go ahead and just skip to like what part.
Yeah,
favorite
go,
parts.
go.
Honestly, one of my favorite parts was the bordello. It's freaking hilarious what you can do inside the bordello. So the bordello, for those of you who haven't played the game, is a whorehouse.
Yeah. You don't unlock it until later. I think it's after the arena is when it becomes available to use. Because when you first encounter it, the door is locked.
Oh, okay. I guess I went after.
Yeah. Anyway, you probably went after. I went after too, but I'm pretty sure that's when it unlocks. But yeah, the quest line in there is really dumb, though. I didn't like the quest line.
It's hilarious. So you go up into the...
Well, when you first get there, this, like, ugly fucking... Also, you are ugly.
Yes.
And so in the original version, the graphics were so bad that you couldn't really tell, I think. But in the remastered version, you have this giant chin. It's supposed to be like...
bigger hands and like bigger feet.
Yeah.
Like, you just like
Your chest is like a fucking barrel. It's so weird. Like, you're just a really ugly dude, but you're apparently like the most attractive person in all of Albion. So
if you're good.
Yeah. Well, even if you're evil, you're fucking...
I guess you are still like, really attractive.
Yeah, I think people still want to marry you if they're on a certain side, but you can always marry Lady Grey.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about in a little bit. But yeah, the bordello is fun because you go in there and you fucking just have sex with everyone.
Yes, so you have to pay to have sex with all these girls.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 for most girls, except for the dominatrix, it's 2,000 gold for.
Well, no. It goes, there's 2,000, 1,000, 600, 400, and 200.
Okay.
And the 200 one is the one, if you played Fable 2, you can get STDs.
Oh, and she's the STD one?
Oh, and if you find people like the 200 girls, you get a bunch of STDs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you can't cure them.
So, yeah, she brings you in, she tells you all about the place and everything, and then she tells you about the owner of the shop being a complete asshole.
Yeah,
and
the ugly girl brings you in.
Just fucking all the girls and not paying them and not caring because he owns them and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And she's like, we really need to get rid of him. If we could just find the deeds to this place, we could get rid of him. He always, like... He's the only one who knows where it's at. You'd have to get it from him. And then so you can do one of two different options as quest lines. You can either, which this is the funniest option, the option you should do. You can strip off all your armor, put on a dress, buy a redheaded wig, because he loves redheads, put on some makeup, and go up to him and seduce him. And after you guys have a session together, he will go to sleep and talk in his sleep and tell you where the deeds are.
It's so good.
Or you can just go to the bartender, buy a bunch of beers, give him 6 beers, get him drunk, and then he'll ask you to take him up to his room, and then he falls asleep.
I did that. That was the easiest
That's what I did too. It's way easier.
Yeah, you just buy it right there and you give it to him. And I already had beer on me because I bought it earlier, so...
But I laughed so hard. I actually watched the video of him, like the seducing version.
It's so funny. It's horrifying.
It looks so bad because he's a really ugly dude.
Yeah,
he's even an uglier woman.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant he was really ugly. He's also really
He's
ugly.
a really ugly dude
everyone
too.
in this game
he's got like
is
a weird limp.
Yeah. Everyone in this game is misproportionate, so it makes no sense why they look the way they do. But they're not very good looking.
No, there's only like...
Lady Grey, maybe, but I think they put a lot of work into making her look pretty because they wanted her to be the sex symbol of the game.
Yeah, which she pretty much was. Lady Grey is probably the best, and there was like one of the whores in the whorehouse.
Yeah, one of the whores is amazing.
Besides that, the rest are okay.
And then you find after you do that, you find out where he buried the deed, and you go dig it up, and then he runs away for some reason. Like there's no legal precedence here. He doesn't even say like, "You stole that, so let's give it back." He doesn't even try to get it. He's like, "All right, I guess you bested me, guys. See you later." Just runs away. Also, the bordello is in the middle of a very dangerous place.
Yes,
there's a lot of like bad creatures there. So where the hell he runs, I have no fucking idea.
No idea.
But the best is when so you have the demon door. In the game, you have these demon doors that open on specific situations. The one behind it only opens if you've had sex 10 times.
Oh, it's more than that.
No, it's 10.
I had sex 10 times and he told me it wasn't enough. And I just had sex another 15 times just to make sure. And he let me in after 25.
Oh, that's weird. Mine was 11. That's the max I did.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's just 10. It should be just 10. Maybe you had 9.
Maybe I had 9.
You just have to look. 10. You can actually go in your stats and look how many times you've had sex. That's how I know I.
Well, I didn't know. I did 10, but I might have missed that. I did 9.
But yeah, it's 10 times, and then you get the pimp hat. But the fucking room is sweet.
Yeah, it is
like
pretty
I think
sweet.
there's no bed in there. It's just there's a bed in one of the demon door rooms, but not that one. It just looks like they put a lot of work into that demon door because each demon door, like you go in. and the room doesn't look like it's supposed to.
It looks like it's a different pocket dimension.
Yeah,
or
it's like a
something.
pocket, exactly like a pocket dimension. Like literally, it does not
Like,
the surrounding should not look like that.
There's
based on
one where
it
you
is.
get into it and it's like a beach.
Yeah, and in the outside it's all
Yeah,
snow.
and it's like you're like, what the? This is beautiful. Like
Yeah.
this is actually like really pretty. Like a lot of the demon door rooms were actually really pretty.
Yeah, one of the demon doors you go in, like the way you get in is you have to put on 3 different pairs of clothes. So you have to put on a bright male suit, which is like a heavy metal, heavy male suit, a wizard, a dark will user suit, and a bandit suit, and he lets you in, right? And then you get in there and you see all 3 because he's like, my best friends, you've returned. I've wondered where you were for so long, and when you get in there, they're all dead inside. It's like, Jesus Christ, this is fucked. And one of them is like clutching his shield still. Oh yeah, they're all dead. Because he locked them in because he didn't want them to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're a fucking hero and you can teleport, so he can't lock you in.
One of the things I do love about this game is you can go good or evil at any time, and you can switch at any time, and you can just do good deeds and you go towards more good, and if you do bad deeds, you go more towards bad. So
And the bad deeds are really fucking funny.
Oh,
they
the
are
best.
really hilarious. You can kill entire towns and buy all their houses, and then they'll just spawn again and rent the houses from you. So it's a lot of fun to go in and just slaughter entire towns.
One more thing with the whorehouse too. When you actually do get the deed, you can talk to the headmistress again or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, we would love to get out of this work. We don't like treating the women the way they're treated. We can make a women's refugee out of it if you give me the deed." And you can say yes, and you get a lot of alignments, positive alignments and stuff. But if you say no, which you probably should, you get a shit ton of gold every day.
Yeah, and you get sex for free. You don't need the gold though. I'll explain like a little gold glitch.
I didn't do the gold glitch, but I didn't need to.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I had like 7 million gold by the end of it, and it only took me 10 minutes.
You didn't even need to get that much.
But
you could get 100,000 to be good for the game.
Yeah, I ended up. My first price was 500,000, and I actually needed all of it because I spent most of it on will potion specifically.
Yeah.
But then I went back and I'm like, I'm just going to do 10 minutes of this, and it was fucking insane.
Yeah.
So, but I'll explain that here in a bit. So, Scorm's Bow. So, if you guys are going to play this game, there's a couple things I would do. I'm going to tell you about the biggest fucking broken thing in the game first, which I doubt you did.
Scorm's Bow?
Not Scorm's Bow.
Okay.
You can get the Sword of Aeons right away.
Oh, I did not do that.
So the Sword of Aeons is the best sword in the game. Avo's tier in the Sword of Aeons.
I don't think it is.
It is. Well, it's the best damage sword in the game.
The Bereaver's high.
Well, it's the best light weapon damage sword.
Oh, okay. It's a heavy weapon for the Bereaver.
Yeah, and the heavy weapons are harder to hit with because they're slower, but they break guard more.
Yes.
But they're also slower and you can get hit more.
Yeah.
So it's more like dodge and stuff. With the light weapons, you just fucking hit until you hit.
Yeah.
It's the best light weapon in the game, and it's also the best weapon for a while because the Cutlass Bluetane, I think, is the best up until you get the Harbinger.
Something like that.
And then Solace Greatsword you don't get till after the arena. So, but I think you get the Merman Great Axe if you have 20 silver keys right off the bat, which has a better stat, I think.
I only found 1 key in my entire playthrough.
One?
Did
you try to look anywhere?
I mean, not a lot.
Thought so. You shouldn't have even grabbed that key, and I'll explain why here in a bit.
I did. And I did give it to that one.
Yeah, but
who
you can
takes
give
all
him
my keys.
You can give him 0 and he'll still open.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so if you don't grab
I only had one, so I didn't care.
But if you do that, you can't. The problem is you missed out on getting the best helmet in the game.
Oh.
Because you only get that at 30
or
25. You missed out on getting the best armor in the game, too, which you only get at 25. But that's okay. So in the where was I? So in the beginning of the game, first mission, after you kill the wasp, you need to buy the summon spell. So you buy spells in the game. You get experience that lets you upgrade your physique, your skill points for shooting bows, and your magic points. And then you buy spells as well. You need to buy the summon spell and the...
What is this for? Is this for Scorms?
No. Sword of Aeons.
Oh, okay.
This is the sword you get at the end with Jack of Blades is fighting with you.
This is the summon and dash technique?
Yes.
Okay.
So you go into the Chamber of Fate after you kill the Wasp Queen, and you can summon a wasp with the summon spell. Then you get Assassin's Rush as well. If you lock onto the wasp and aim downwards, and then Assassin Rush on the second tier of the podium, you go below the map, and the sword's just sitting there.
Yep. Yeah, if you actually have to push the wasp like onto
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the second step.
Yeah.
Of the steps. There's like 3 steps up to the podium. If you put on the wasp on the second step and you can I saw a video of how to do it, but I
it's
didn't
a little
actually do
tough to do. It might take you a couple tries. Like some people can do it in one. I did it in a couple, but you can get the Sword of Aeons right off the bat, and then it disappears if you do the good thing at the end, which we'll explain when we get there.
Oh, okay.
So that's number one. If you wanted just to get a free, really good sword right away, you could do that while you're waiting to get Scorn's Bow. Then once you get Scorn's Bow, you don't need any other weapon.
I'll talk about Scorn's Bow and how to get that, because I did do that one.
Yeah, that one's super easy too.
So that one you actually have to complete your guild training for, so it's the first like guild training thing you do. And then the next thing you can do after that is you can go, if you go right after the guild, you take a right to like Lookout Point. There's like a guy being bullied. You help the guy with the bullying, you fart in front of the other guy and the guy runs away. You get 20 good points for doing that.
Yeah.
So the 20 good points is all you need to get Scorn's Bow.
Yes.
So then you go to Bowerston after that. Bowerstone, sorry. You go to Bowerstone after that, and you hire the barbarian there or whatever that follows you.
Yeah.
And then you go all the way back down to through all the Darkwood and stuff to Squirm's altar. And then at midnight, exactly midnight, you have to sacrifice him. And then you get Scorn's Bow.
Yeah, you can either do that. The easiest way to do it is get really good. The more good you are, the more points you get for the sacrificial or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So you can actually go to Oakvale and hire that. That is considered a good mercenary. So if you hire the good mercenaries, they're worth more points when you sacrifice them.
Oh, okay.
Or you don't even have to do that. You can literally go to the Darkwood camp and have 2 people follow you.
I only needed the one.
Yeah. So with the
but you had to do it exactly midnight.
Yeah,
or it
exactly.
Didn't work.
Yeah, and you have to get the goal is to get 600 points. If you do 2 people at midnight and they each give you 300, you still get it.
Yeah.
So that's why you need those 2 people at the Darkwood camp, because you can't get 600 by sacrificing one of them.
I did it with one.
No, not at the Darkwood camp.
Oh, at the Darkwood camp. Yeah.
One of them is only going to be worth 423 at the most.
Yeah, okay.
So you need both of them if you just didn't want to go all the way to Bowerstone and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not that much of a travel.
And you can actually travel, you can fast travel with them. So if you go to Darkwood, or if you go down to the Scorn's Palace first, and then travel to Bowerston, and then fast travel back.
You have a recall option with teleportation where you can recall back to places that don't have teleportation nodes.
Yes.
But you can only teleport to places with teleportation nodes if you're not recalling.
Yes.
So
you could recall from there.
That was, by the way, a genius fucking way to put that in. Like,
yes.
That's so helpful than having to go
it really
run
is.
through the entire map every time.
I wish you could go to every location always, but it was a good...
You can, I think, later on.
Maybe.
In later games.
Oh, okay.
Later games.
Okay. But yeah, no, that was I did that, and honestly, it did take me... I want to say it took me 35-40 minutes to get it right at midnight, because I couldn't figure out exactly what at midnight was.
It's hard.
And so what I had to do was, when it was almost midnight, when I could tell it was almost midnight, I would get charged, because you get charged on the minute, which is an hour in the game. So every minute's an hour in game time. And so you get charged, and it would actually come out, and you would say like -10 gold, so you would know that you got charged for it.
Yeah, this is for the mercenary.
You had to wait 30 seconds and then talk to the guy about sacrificing him, because it took 30 seconds to sacrifice him as well, and that would be 1 minute right at midnight.
Yeah.
And so I actually had to sit up and set a timer up and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, the easiest way is just grab 2 people and then do it like close to midnight. Closer to midnight, you get it. You get 300 points.
Which
honestly,
that would have been easier, because it took me like 40 minutes to get it.
It took me like 1 minute and 1 try.
It took me
just because I did the tries.
2. I kept on having to reload my old saves.
Yeah. So the key is, if you fuck it up, save right before you do it, because you don't want to fuck it up.
But that even doesn't help always, because sometimes the way you save it, sometimes it'll like move forward in time. Like I had it
weird.
I had it saved.
Did you save checkpoint midday, or did you save game?
I saved the game.
Okay.
And it kept on going back. Like, it kept on moving forward in time. The more and more I'd go back to it, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I had to go back to a further save back one time, because I didn't have enough time to do it anymore.
So you're half an hour in the game now, and you already have the best sword and the best bow. So
Yes, I had the best bow. I did not have the best sword.
Yeah, but you could have both. Like, that's
Yes.
insane to me that you could have both fucking best weapons in the game and just be fine. Like, that, it's crazy. And then if you just do multi-arrow as your one spell you want, and we'll upgrade that all the way, Scorm's bow one-shots every single creature.
That, and the other combo that I really enjoyed was Berserk's Rage
Oh, yeah.
and Multi-Strike.
Yeah.
And then I did that with the Bereaver, and then I upgraded my speed all the way. And so I literally would just destroy, like, that was the best way for me to destroy the summoners.
Yeah, I don't know. The bow, you can slow time and you can just shoot your
That's
fucking
true,
bow and kill everything. Also, get barrier right away if you want to do boast. Each quest has like a boast option where you can say, I'm not going to take any damage, or I'm going to
do this naked.
Or I'm going to finish this leader off with a decapitation.
Or I'm going to make sure that everyone's still alive at the end of this.
So there's a bunch of ways to do missions like that, and you can take boast. The one I suggest you take every time is take no damage. If you get the barrier upgrade, if you get hit, you don't technically take damage.
Yeah, because it takes your mana instead of your health.
Yeah, so you just want to buy a shit ton of mana potions. Like at the end, I had like 1,000 mana potions. That's
and
all
I used
bought.
so many spells in the game. That's why I didn't do that one as much, because I was using my mana for those.
Yeah,
because I did.
Well, that's why you buy the mana potions. Because even I was doing that, but I had that
too.
up all the time because I just fucking was smashing the right button.
Like, my favorite spell in the game was the Judgment Day one, or whatever that was.
Oh, the one where you release,
where you charge it and then
Yeah.
you hold it and then it shoots blue. It has like a blue thing on the
There's
ground.
two of
and
those,
blue.
isn't there? There's a red one and a blue one.
Yeah, there's a fire
you
one,
can-
and then there's the one that's the
because-
magical one
because
that
you can
actually
only-
destroys them.
Well, you can only so you can't max the regular one if you're evil, and you can't max the fire one if you're good.
Oh, okay.
So like if you're evil, you can do the fire one.
That's why I couldn't max the good one.
Yeah, they do the same damage. They're the same spell, just different alignments. So you should have just maxed the fire one.
I should have.
Yeah, and it does insane damage, but it's not that. It takes a while to cast, and they can hit you in that time. And
It
stuff.
does, but like for hordes, I really enjoyed it because like in the horde situations, especially with like the Belvedines or whatever those are called,
Balverines.
Balverines.
Yeah.
Werewolves in this game. When you get crowded by a bunch of those, it's really hard to deal with all. I felt it was really hard to deal with all of those. So like doing that spell, I would just pop my shield, so I wouldn't be taking damage, and then hold that for 3 seconds or however long you had to hold it before it blasted everyone in the air and just killed everything.
Did you do mana glitch?
No.
So, no, well, not glitch, but if you buy all the mana augmentations, so you can buy augmentations in this game to augment your weapons to do different things. One of the weapons you get, did you get the frying pan?
No.
So this is the secret treasure weapon. You have to. It takes a little while to get this because you have to get all the treasure clues, and you can't do it until after certain things.
Oh, okay. I only got the 6 treasure clue.
Yeah. So there's 6 of them total. If you get all of them, and you can still dig it up before you get them all, it just has no stats.
Oh, okay.
But you get the frying pan, which has 3 augmentation slots.
Okay.
But you can do 4 things on it. In the original game, it had 4, and you could do 5.
Oh, okay.
As long as you do them all in one sitting. You can't just sit there and do the 3 and then come back and do the 4th. You have to do all 4. And if you do all 4 mana and then have a master bow with mana, you could literally do chain lightning for 4.5 minutes.
Oh my god.
Because that's how much mana you were regenerating.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So you could have just gotten all of your mana or all your experience points for mana right away.
I would use that judgment spell 3 times and have to get a mana pot because I'd use all my mana.
You would use it infinitely. Like literally, like the mana augmentations on the frying pan are amazing.
Okay.
And it's a lot of fun getting the frying pan too because it has a face imprint on it.
I tried not looking up too much stuff. Like you told me about Scorn's bow, so I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But
I told you about the important things.
You told me that, and you told me about the glitch to get infinite gold and stuff, but I didn't want to do that because I didn't seem to need it.
Yeah.
So I looked up the Bordello, and I looked up how to get Scorn's bow, and I tried not looking up anything else.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you could have done. Like, there's so many combinations of cool weapons you can get in the beginning.
I wanted to play this game as a first-time gamer, though, playing it without any knowledge of the game, because playing this game with knowledge is extremely fun because you can become super overpowered super quickly, but I wanted to see kind of, like, I wanted to have that half and half kind of speed. Like, I wanted to feel powerful in some situations, but have my vanilla kind of shit too.
Yeah. When I first played this, I had no idea on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't get Scorm's bow. I had a lot of trouble killing Jack. Like, because I wanted to hit things with the sword, and then as you find out how worthless melee weapons are,
Until you get Berserk's Rage.
Well,
and
sure.
Multi-Strike.
I mean, it's cool that you can get those and make them kind of good, but the bow is just so overpowered. Like, the bows in the game, and, like, the melee weapons max power, I think, is Solace Greatsword at 265. The max bow for Scorn's bow is 580.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a difference in power. That is,
yeah, it's
and in
ridiculous.
the original Fable, the Sword of Aeons was 530 or 560, I think.
Oh, okay.
And then they cut it in half.
They should have kept it higher.
Well, so the only reason they cut it in half is because they added another sword. So in the original Alvo's tier, did you get that? Did you keep the Sword of Aeons at your end?
I kept the Sword of Aeons.
Okay, that's why. So if you don't keep the Sword of Aeons, you can get Alvo's tier exact same stats as the Sword of Aeons.
Oh, okay.
They added that in the Lost Chapters to make it fair for the good players to actually get a reward. So my theory is they added that because both swords are the same stats, but they're half. They're half of the original game. So they just split the original sword in half and made it into two swords.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of shitty that they did that to the swords because then it makes them almost worthless.
It really does.
Compared to the fucking Scorn's bow, especially in that last battle. When
even a lot of the magic.
Oh, yeah. And at what point would you be able to use magic on that fucking Jack of Blades fight with the dragon?
Oh,
like, literally, at what point would you be able to...
I didn't use magic or the sword at all.
Yeah, you had to use a bow because he's always flying.
Mm-hmm.
It just made it like they knew what they did. So they put in an element where you had to use just the bow.
Yeah.
Like, they knew that they fucked up with the bows, and there's no turning back from that point.
Yeah.
Because people were too used to fucking dominating with Scorn's bow.
True.
But there's another bow in the game you can get. You can get the crossbow, which I never used a crossbow.
I never used crossbow.
But they're
either.
cool. Like, I really wanted to. I really wanted to use the one in the... So if you... Right where the bordello is...
Yeah.
There's a silver chest outside there that has a crossbow, Arkham's crossbow in it. And that's like the best crossbow in the game.
Interesting.
But it's still only like 220 power or some shit. It's really weak compared to all the bows. Like the Master Longbow is stronger.
Yeah.
You can get that. I mean, you can get the Cutlass Blue Tane, which is cool right away. That one, what was your max multiplier?
Like in the fights, you mean?
Yeah. So you have a combat multiplier.
I didn't pay attention too much to it, but I honestly probably wouldn't say that it wasn't higher than like 40.
Yeah. So you probably got 40 in the arena because that's the easiest place to get. And I think at the end of the arena I was at 65, and then it jumped up to 123 when I was in this one spot where I was just there's two of the dead things kept spawning. They just kept spawning, and
like
it's
the
only
graveyard. And
and it was only two.
Always.
It was literally only two.
Oh jeez.
So I just kept using the ground slam, the fire one, and it would kill them instantly. And I just kept doing that for 10 minutes. I ended up with 600,000 experience and 200,000 magic experience.
Oh my god!
So I was done with my physique and my skill stuff at 30% of the game.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I didn't max. I got up to level 7 on everything, like physique and speed wise, and then
did you max skill?
Skill.
That was the bow stuff. So it was guile for stealth and
I think guile was at 6. Accuracy was 7, and
because accuracy is your damage.
Toughness was 7, and health was 7, and like almost everything was like 7 or a little bit less. And then I maximized only like 2 of the spells.
So I did everything. I maximized all of it.
I didn't.
But I knew all the experience stuff I could do to get all the experience.
Yeah, and I don't know any of that shit.
And I knew. So what's stupid is one of the things you can do in the game is get the Harbinger. This is that sword in the stone. So it's really dumb. The only way you can pull it is either being max. So you can have max everything, 777, right?
Oh, okay.
And obviously you can pull it. You're fucking amazing at that point. Or you can not max or not upgrade any of your physique. None of your physique stuff. Go to it and you'll fail. Then you have to upgrade the first skill by 5, second skill by 3, and the third skill by 2, and you can get it.
Interesting.
But if you upgraded anything, you can't upgrade the second skill by 5.
Wow.
You have to get to max 777.
That's weird.
Yeah. It's really annoying that's the way they built that fucking sword in the game.
That is weird.
Yeah. So instead, just go for the fucking max. Don't even wait. It's worthless to wait. Just go for the fucking max.
Yeah.
Harbinger's not that good. I used it during the arena, but I literally never used swords after like the first... After I got Scorn's bow, never used swords again.
I used them a lot at the end just because a lot of the enemies were... I wasn't one-shotting everything with my bow.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have multi-arrow all the way up. So for me, if I did Berserk's Rage slowdown time and did the multi-strike, for me, I would do a lot better in the horde situations because I just really quickly.
Yeah. Did you end up getting or using the potions a lot?
I used the
Aegis of Will and all those.
Yeah, like upgrading your max health and your max.
Yeah.
Will.
So it does that, and then sometimes they give you extra points for your experience. Yeah. So good. Just making sure you actually looked at your potions because for my first playthrough, I did not. I had no idea.
For the first, honestly, I didn't do it for the first 5 hours of the game, and then I realized that I had a couple of those, and I actually went through. I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm missing a bunch of stuff. I'm actually gonna read through everything that I have, and when I finally read through everything that I had, I was like, oh, this is helpful. I was wondering why I had so little magic to use. I can use one spell. What the fuck?
I will say some of the most fun I had in this game are the side quests.
Some of the side quests.
This is a little bit of a grindy game when it comes to some of the side quests. One of them is you have to find 25 books. And they're all in weird spots and weird houses and stuff. So they're not exactly out in the open. Then you have to find the 7 dolls. Did you do that?
I did not.
The 7 dolls are fucking frustrating.
Oh, okay.
So I had to cheese the fuck out of these because it's so frustrating to play the fucking little games, the bar games.
Yeah.
So the easiest ones are obviously the coin ones. Coin golf. Do you know what that is? Mm-mm. So in the bars, every random bar has a random game you can play. So
I thought they were all going to be the same game, so I didn't even go to them.
Well, some of them are the same. Most of them are different. One of them is coin golf. You just have to get from point A to point B without getting off the table, and you have stuff in your way, and you hit it off that stuff, and the goal is to get under a certain number of par, the par goal.
Yeah.
So the par goal is usually 11 or 12, and you have to get less than that.
Okay.
But to get the doll, you have to get, on the first one, I think 8 or 9, and on the second one you need 10, and the par is 11 and 12.
Okay.
So those are easy. The fucking ones that are hard, the matching one. So you have a row of 4 cards with 4 columns.
Okay.
So 4 row.
So 16 cards total?
3, 4. Yeah, I think 16 cards total. And you have to flip the cards and see what's underneath and then match it with the next one, and then it goes back down if you don't match it quite right and you have to remember where it is. The problem with that one is your fucking cursor is so slow and it doesn't travel through them. You have to pick each individual one. Yeah, really annoying to get the par time on just the par time. And then you had to get 5 seconds under the par time to get the doll.
I mean, it was the same thing because the one game that I did was the one where he shows you items underneath the bucket. And then he puts the bucket down.
The cheese for this?
What's the cheese for
this?
You
want to know how many seconds it took me to do this?
Hell.
It took me 9.5 seconds.
Okay, damn.
And so the cheese for this is when he lifts it up to show you, you hit the Xbox button.
The home button.
And it pauses it.
Oh, jeez.
And then when you pause it, you can look at everything, really memorize it, let him continue, and then guess the one.
I did it normally, and I failed the first time by a second. I was right at the end. And then I did it the second time, and I just did it a little bit faster. And I was a little on it. So I'm like, that one? And I was like, yes!
Because you basically have to press A right away and just memorize
it's
while you're
how
doing
fast you have to do it.
But cheesing it, because it's not even fun to do that by skill. And I didn't cheese it the first time I did it. When I went back to get the doll, that's when I did it.
Yeah.
So it's not that hard to do normally, but it's just annoying.
No, I did it on my second try. Yeah. So it wasn't too hard, but it was definitely really annoying. And I felt really rushed. And I felt oh my God, I have to do this now.
So you get all these hero dolls like the Scarlet Rose, Mom, the Maze doll, a doll of you'll get from assassins that are randomly chasing you.
Guessing Briar Rose.
Rose is one. Thunder is one. Not Guildmaster. Whisper is one.
Okay.
And then if you give them all to the teacher, friend Hourstone, he gives you a Jack of Blades doll, which is fucking sweet.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like, I got the Jack of Blades doll. Oh yeah, and the other games are fucking dumb too. I can't remember the one in fucking Not Whole Glade took me forever. I can't remember what it was, but I was sitting there this is fucking dumb. This is just the stupidest fucking game.
I might have to go back and play some of those games.
Oh yeah, you will get so frustrated. But Not Whole Glade one. But what was it, man? It was so frustrating. Oh, it was you had to put the cards in order.
Oh.
So they had a bunch of flip cards, and it started at 3. And it was if there was 5, 6, 7, you had to pick 5, 6, and 7.
Okay.
But if 5 was over here and 6 was over here, so you had to go 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
And you don't rotate very fast on that fucking thing.
You go one at a time, so you go 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, it's so annoying. And so it took me forever. So eventually I did the home button glitch on that too. So I could look at where I can start, so I could try to get down there fast. It's really, really annoying.
Yeah.
But no, in that one, actually, you don't pick one at a time. Your cursor is just extremely fucking slow. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that even with the home button, I barely beat the needed time for the doll.
Oh, okay.
Because again, 5 seconds before the par.
Yeah.
So, and you do that, you get the Jack of Blades doll. It's just sweet. It doesn't do anything, but it's sweet.
Yeah.
And you complete all the missions. I mean, that was I think that was one of the achievements too, to get the Jack of Blades doll.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look at it.
Yeah, the side quests were just fun. Like, a lot of them were just funny. The things people say sometimes randomly in the world is like, I was playing the games and because you get so popular, your renown gets so much that people just stand beside you. And while I'm playing the game, it's like, yeah, hero!
Oh, I went
hero!
evil, so I got boo.
Yeah, but they all just stand around you and do that shit. And they were doing it during the game, and someone was going, oh, hero, for 5 minutes while I was playing not whole play
The worst is when you're in the arena, because I didn't change my title before I went to the arena.
Yeah.
So,
Chicken Chaser.
Yeah, every, fucking 5 seconds, Chicken Chaser!
Yep.
Chicken Chaser!
They don't call you by whatever name you choose.
Chicken Chaser!
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, if I hear Chicken Chaser one more time, because that arena took, 30 minutes?
Yeah, I would say probably about 30.
Which is a long quest
it's
for
a
quest
wave
kind of thing.
It's a wave thing. So you go into the arena and you have to defeat wave after wave of enemies.
Yeah, it's 3 waves at first for the first 3 rounds, and then it goes up to 4 to 5 waves per round, and then it goes to 1 wave per round for the last couple because there's bigger enemies. And to the point where you can battle the person you grew up training with, Whisper.
Did you kill her?
I did kill her.
Okay. I thought she doesn't do anything else in the game after the arena.
I have always played almost every game I've ever played good.
Yeah.
So when you said there was an evil option in this game, I decided before I even played this game that no matter what, I was going to do all the evil options I could. So anytime I found a way to be
ugly,
evil,
by the way, she's a really ugly person too.
So anytime I could choose an evil path, I chose the evil path. Yeah. I did kill Whisper. You can leave her alive, but then you don't get the gold and the prestige.
Yeah, you get
I don't know exactly what happens.
You get 20,000 gold, I think, on top of what you get, but you don't need it.
Yeah.
Once you do the glitch, you don't need gold ever again. So I was just like, I'll fucking keep her alive, because the only thing she does after you keep her alive is you go to the Oakvale Inn, and she just sits there and says, I'm going back to my hometown. See ya!
Wow.
And she's out of the game forever.
Oh, okay.
But Thunder stays, so you can...
So Thunder's not mad at you wanting to kill you the rest of the game.
Oh, yeah, but you can kill him later.
I know. I did.
So the point of the game, really, it's just very linear. It's super linear.
Yeah,
you don't really do anything out of touch with how strong you are. You just keep going through the main quest to kill this guy, Jack of Blades, who is actually, if you read the lore behind him, he's fucking insane.
Yeah.
He's from thousands of years before. He fought the first king of Archon, the first king of Albion, who is the Archon, who is actually one of your ancestors.
Damn.
So your family line, that's why you're needed for the sort of ants, because the first king killed, so there's Jack of Blades, King of Blades, and Queen of Blades.
Yeah.
And he killed King and Queen of Blades.
Okay.
And so Jack of Blades was the one who escaped, but he escaped wounded, and that's why he couldn't come back for a long time.
Okay.
And then it doesn't ever explain how he's known.
Okay.
Because you know how everyone knew him after the arena? It's like, Jack of Blades is here. But nobody knows how.
True.
He doesn't really explain how he's known, and I'm sure they would have explained that in another game, but then they closed down Lionhead Studios for a long time. But yeah, you're this descendant, you go through the game, you're fighting Jack of Blades and his minions, and you're doing stuff. You find out your sister's alive, like I said earlier. You find out your mom's alive.
Which, oh my god, I gotta say, the Twin Blade fight was my least favorite fight in this entire
so that's
fucking
way,
game.
Why?
God, because it
took 2 hits to kill him.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I was so weak when I went to that fight.
Oh, really?
So weak.
So
when I
he's
went to
the
that
easiest person to dodge in the whole game, because he's the slowest fucking NPC.
He is easy to dodge, but so... God damn it. So I got to this, and I had Scorn's bow, but I didn't have anything really upgraded magical-wise or anything. I was just upgrading other stuff, which I was upgrading the wrong stuff. I was upgrading, speed when I should have been upgrading accuracy.
Yeah, because accuracy judges damage.
It judges damage on bow.
Yeah. Which
I was using the bow because the Scorn's bow was way more powerful.
Yeah.
But goddamn, I hated this. This was the only fight in the entire game where you had to dodge, go around and then hit him in the back. Like, it was one of those mechanical-based boss fights in the middle of an RPG game, and I was just like, this sucks fucking dick.
Yeah, but
like,
I didn't even get hit once
this.
by him. He's so
well,
easy.
and I didn't get hit by him a lot, but like I kept
if you
on
get too close to the bandits,
exactly
they
hit you, and I was trying to
like
get
a
away
ring.
from with the bow.
What's that battle style called? You have a ring of people around you, and they're pushing you back into the fight.
Yeah,
you see that
like
on like
Fight Club kind of style.
Yeah, like on YouTube channels and stuff. You'll see people get into fights, and people will make a ring around them, and if they try to get out, they'll push them back in.
Like Never Back Down, the movie.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen that, they have a lot of fights like that where they.
So in this, that's what they do. But they hit you with the sword instead of pushing you.
Exactly, which is annoying. And then like at some point in the fight, you end up fighting like a bunch of different ones of them but I didn't have a good sword at all.
Did you kill Twin Blade?
Oh yeah.
So if you don't kill Twin Blade, you actually don't have to fight any of those guys.
Oh god damn.
I ended up fighting all of them. I spared Twin Blade and then just killed everyone around him because I wanted the experience.
Oh okay.
He didn't do anything. He just sat there. So I'm like, "You're a bitch, Twin Blade," and I left.
So yeah, I killed Twin Blade, but it was just so ridiculous because I didn't have a good sword at all because I didn't do that cheat to get the sword, sword early, and I just had one of the base swords.
Done like there's I told you could have just.
And I didn't have a lot of the magical stuff.
I told you exactly how to get Wellow's pickaxe.
I know you did.
The easiest thing in the world.
I know you did, but I forgot which door had the chicks, and I couldn't. Yeah,
So Wellow's pickaxe, you just buy 10. You can buy 10 baby chickens, and you can eat them. And you
in front of a demon door.
Yeah, if you're either pure evil or if you just eat 10 baby chicks, he's like, "Oh, that's pretty fucked up, bro." And then he lets you in, and you can get Willow's pickaxe, which is an okay starting weapon. The Cutlass Blue Tane's better, and you can get up to the 14 combat multiplier. You need to open the door really easily. I did that almost right away.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, it was just that fight was honestly the hardest mechanically fight if you're not prepared for it.
Yeah.
I wasn't prepared for it. And I wasn't prepared for that kind of a fight in this game because it's the only one in this entire game that's like that. It's the only one you have to dodge and mechanic based. And it was just like, why? This seems so out of place. That one fight just made me so angry and seemed so out of place through the entire game.
Yeah. Twin Blade he's just like the bandit leader who has your sister, but then she's like, "Little brother, you shouldn't kill the things. I can see the future." Because she can see the future, but she's blind.
Yes.
And she's also one of the main characters in the second Fable and the third Fable.
Oh, okay.
Even though they take place like 500 years after the first one.
Oh, damn.
She's alive still. Yeah, she ends up with eternal life. So yeah, this game, some of my favorite stuff though, again, is the dialogue around you. Because they'll say things like, if you go to the guy in the fucking guild hall, the salesman.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a guy who just sells shit there. And he'll be like, "Would you get out of my way, ass face?" And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm a fucking hero. I should just stab this guy in the fucking throat. He's pissing me off so much.
He just hated me because I was evil.
No, he hated everyone.
I know.
I was good and he hated me.
I know, but being evil, I just thought that that's the way he just talked to evil people.
No, he's just an asshole. He's literally just an asshole.
Good to know.
Yeah, and you go through, one of the worst things you'll hear every fucking 2 minutes if you decide not to go back to the guild for a long time and do some of the side quests. "Hero, there's a new quest card waiting for you."
God,
Hero, and if your health gets low, which mine actually, I never got hit on health.
I
literally never took
because
damage.
I didn't use the magic shield as much.
I had it up all the time. This was the one playthrough I've ever done where I've never went down and I've never taken any damage.
I went down 3 times total.
Yeah.
So not that much.
Yeah, but in the second one, if you go down, you get scars on your body, which is pretty sweet. You don't have resurrection vials anymore. You just go down and you get knocked out and you have scars all over your body because of it.
Interesting.
But in the first one, you have these resurrection vials and you can have a max of 9 at
Yeah.
any given time, and you can fucking if you die, you get resurrected. So that was an interesting mechanic too. I don't know what happens when you lose your last one though, because I've never died that much.
Never did either.
I kind of wanted to test it at first, but then I was like, no, I'll keep it. I'll stay with what I'm doing.
Well, now that I've beaten the game, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, going
that.
back. I'm sure it just loads you back to your last save.
Yeah.
Last checkpoint, whatever.
So basically, in the story though, your sister, once you find your sister and you either rescue her or defeat Twin Blades or whatever you do, she tells you that your bloodline's a special bloodline, that your mother's actually still alive.
And you're like, bitch, I know, look at me.
And so then you start going on those things and you start trying to find your mother, and you actually have to fight Jack of Blades who actually had your mother.
Yeah.
And you actually end up getting captured and going into prison.
Oh yeah, you're in prison for 2 years. It's fucking insane.
So dumb.
Yeah, but it's not hard. It's so the first time you do the race, you can't win it. You literally can't. Well, you can win the race, but you can't win that. You can't open the right book. So the first book you open is always going to be the wrong book.
Okay, so the first time I actually right towards the last sprint I was winning the race. And then I saw a turn to the left, so I turned to left, thinking that was the right way. And then everyone passed me, and I lost. Oh. And so the first book I chose was the right book.
Okay, because it was the second.
Because it was the second year. Yeah.
So if you win it, you just go into the police guy or the jail warden's office, and he reads you a fucking poem.
Which is weird.
And then you have to sneak past him, get the code to open one of the books. And the first one you open on the first time, if you make it the first time, is always going to be wrong. And then the second one's always going to be right.
Okay.
Because you're only there, I think, a year.
Yeah.
But you're there a whole year, and nobody goes looking for you.
Nope.
It's really, shitty. I'm like, wow, all these heroes are fucking dicks.
Right.
Fuck them all. But also, you age really fast in the game, too.
You kind of do.
Your max age is 65, and I was 65, 40% way through the game.
Interesting.
Because you age just really fast.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So you spend a year in there, and then you leave, and then your mother's alive, and then she dies.
Yeah, you rescue her, but then he captures your mother and your sister, and then activates these things, and then...
Yeah, there's 4 nodes that he has to activate, and there's no way you can prevent it.
That was a really annoying part.
Yeah, because you have to fucking go through it.
Okay, so every section of this map has a loading screen, which is kind of annoying. I get that it was because it was an older game and it's such a big map for an older game, and I get that. But I mean, going back and playing through it now, I really wish there wasn't a loading screen per everything that you do, because it wasn't big, giant areas or anything. So you had to do that.
Super fucking small.
Yeah, somewhere tiny.
You could have definitely combined those in code, but I'm sure there's a reason they did.
Yeah, but. So you had to chase him throughout the entire map to these 4 locations, and every time you got to one, I just activated it. Yeah. You're too late. Bye.
They could have taken that whole part out and just had him activate all 4, and you fight him in the final 4.
Yes.
I get it. The chase was interesting or whatever. You got to fight with other heroes.
And you didn't do anything.
This is the first time though you see other heroes really fighting, because out in the world you're the only one doing shit.
Seriously,
it's really weird. Your random apprentices are just around you, running around and stuff, and but they don't do anything. They're all just hanging out in the guild hall.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the guild makes any money, because nobody's doing shit.
So yeah, then you finally confront him, and he kills your mother right in front of you. And
he slits her throat, but it just blood splurts out when he kind of touches it. It doesn't even look like there's a cut.
No, it doesn't at all.
It's really funny.
And then you have to fight him, and then once you fight him, if you defeat him, you're gonna make your good or evil choice. Mm-hmm. Good choice is get rid of the sword, throw it into the void.
This is why the sword is underneath here, because literally it comes out from a portal, but it's literally just the coding says it's underneath the fucking portal.
Yeah, it's literally underneath the podium.
It's so stupid.
Or the other option is use the sword, turn more evil, and kill your sister.
So the reason, by the way, the sword gains its power from your bloodline.
Yes.
So the original blood that your mother gave it, because Jack of Blades uses it to kill the mom, powers it up. But to keep the power, it has to
get another one.
Yeah, you have to kill your sister.
Yeah. And
she wants you to too. She's like, "Do it, brother. Yeah. Do it."
So I killed my sister because I chose the evil path. Yeah. And then it goes towards the end of the game credits. If you're playing the original, it's the end of the game credits at that point. If you're playing the last chapters or the anniversary edition, it goes into the last chapter ending, where it actually goes into the next quest line right away.
Yeah, which is only an hour and a half, maybe. Not very long.
Yeah, not too long. Especially,
it did not take me long to do that one. If you don't do any side quests,
I feel like it takes longer as a good than it does a villain.
Yeah, because you can't have to run around more. Yeah, because the villain, you're just right in front of all the people you need to kill.
Yeah. So
I have done the villain part of this before, by the way.
I just did.
Just because I wanted to kill the guildmaster.
I really wanted to kill Thunder. That's honestly one of the main reasons why I wanted. I didn't really care for killing Friar Rose. Yeah.
Did you fight him before that?
No.
So if you do the Lady Grey quest line, one of the things you have to do is fight Thunder.
That's if you marry Lady Grey.
Yeah. Well, and you can do both.
If you don't marry Lady Grey, you don't ever have to fight Thunder.
Yeah, but you have to fight him. You definitely have to fight him, because there's a silver key down there you need to get, and you only get it if you
Oh.
fight Thunder.
Well, I didn't know any of this.
So you don't even have to marry Lady Grey, too. You can actually
did.
do it up to that point and then stop doing her quests.
Okay.
Because you can choose not to marry her and then do the quest line where you reveal she killed her sister.
I revealed she killed her sister
You
and then
become the
became mayor. Yeah.
So you can do both, actually, simultaneously. So that's what I ended up doing. But I married her because I was like, I want to open the demon door that you get when you have a
I didn't know you had to marry
Yeah.
her to do it.
'Cause you
I thought
need
you just
someone
had to
posh
marry.
with a title.
Yeah.
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 So
So.
I wanted to open that because you get Runok the Axe and it's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that was fun. I love that quest line too.
So yeah, then it goes into the next thing. You get one of the other Scythe was an old guild person too.
Oh, you want to hear
really
who
old.
Scythe is?
Sure.
Scythe is the first Archon.
Oh.
So that's
shit.
it's a big theory. It's only a theory, but there's a reason it's very standpointish.
Okay.
So he is the first Archon. He's the one who originally defeated Jack of Blades,
Oh,
King of
okay.
Blades, and Queen of Blades, right?
Yeah.
He defeated all of them. He became the Archon. He found like a secret to everlasting life. He keeps himself alive with magic or something, but his skin's rotted away. He's so
okay.
old, so he can't really fight anymore that much.
Yeah.
He can only use magic. But if you look at how old he is, like every hero knew him. He knew Nostro. Do you remember Nostro?
Yeah.
So Nostro's actually the one who started the Hero Guild.
Yeah.
He knew, so that was hundreds of years before this.
Yeah.
And he knew a bunch of the big heroes. The big thing is, though, in the second game, at the end of the game, you have a choice kind of to make. You can bring people back to life who's been working on this thing to
okay.
bring people back. Really fucking stupid.
Interesting.
A bunch
Okay.
of people died to build this thing to bring people back to life.
Interesting.
Because the because it ends up being a king of Bowerstone or king of
okay.
Albion, wanted to bring his family back who had died in a tragic
Interesting,
wagon
okay.
accident. Yeah, fucking dumb. Or she was killed by I don't know.
Oh, okay,
But
whatever.
it sounded like a fucking wagon accident.
Yeah.
But you have three choices. You can bring back, maybe it's two choices.
Scythe.
No, you can bring back your family because
Okay.
at the beginning of that game, your sister dies.
Okay.
So you have a sister who the king shoots in the face, and then he shoots
damn.
you in the chest, and you fall out a window, and somehow you're alive.
Oh shit. Okay.
So, and Teresa takes you in and trains you
Yeah.
how to be a hero.
Okay.
Or you can bring back everybody who died working on the tower.
Interesting.
But you have a dog in the game, and it's really shitty because your dog dies. The king kills your dog near the end of the game.
Oh, okay.
He runs to protect you, and he shoots him. And I'm like, you fuck!
Damn.
I'll fucking kill you! And then after he shoots the dog, because there's guns in the game, which
Yeah.
is way sweeter, by the way. The guns
Okay.
are really sweet. You're going
Nice.
to love the second game.
Okay.
Getting Red Dragon is the best gun in the game.
okay.
He shoots your dog, so if you don't bring back your family, you don't get your fucking dog back.
Oh.
And your dog, it's actually useful because he finds hidden shit for you.
Oh shit. Nice.
So you need him to complete 100% of the game.
Damn.
So either do it before he dies or get your dog back. But if you do that, you also get your sister back, but she just leaves you a note. And it says, brother, I came back, but I'm with an old man. It's really strange, but I feel warm and comfort with him. He's a little scary looking, but I think he's friendly. And
Interesting.
she says that she's going to stay with him for a while, and it's assumed that that's Scythe
Oh.
because he is the first Archon. So that the
Okay.
assumption, it's very heavily implied that that is Scythe.
Okay.
So Scythe might be the first Archon, and if that's the case, he is your great, 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 100 times great grandfather.
Nice.
So he's actually a very
Okay.
important person in your life.
And for people who don't know, Teresa is your sister in the first game.
She's the seer.
Yeah, she's the sister.
Yeah, so Scythe, continue though. Scythe, you meet Scythe, the old guy who's
So,
the
yeah, you
Archon.
meet Scythe. There's a bunch of these things that, because of
He's like,
the...
by the way, he's a fucking skeleton.
Yeah.
He's no skin on
He's
his
like
body.
he's like a mummy, kind of.
yeah, it's fucking weird ass mummy, and he's got like tattoos though on his
Yes.
fucking mummy skin.
Oh, which one thing we didn't talk about either? Going good or evil actually changes your appearance. Like,
Yeah.
I actually started gaining, like, all these, like, images and stuff imprinted on my skin, like, all these
Yeah.
sayings and stuff, and it turned blue. My hands and feet were glowing red
Oh,
with, like, magma,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
got horns, and my eyes became
Yeah,
red.
yeah, you get horns and red eyes, but the reason you have all those like weird the blue lines, that's just mana stuff. So if the more
okay.
spells
The more-
you buy, the
okay.
bigger they become, and
That
the
makes
more
sense.
like
Okay.
like they're like veins running through your fucking
I
body.
didn't realize that, but
yeah, you grow horns and you have a halo if you're fucking good.
Yes.
It's really dumb.
so you meet Scythe, you talk to Scythe, he tells you about, because of the things Jack of Blades did, those 4 things that he activated, there's all these creatures being summoned, there's like a big
Yeah.
thing that you need to do with
Oh
it.
yeah, they're being summoned. You want to know what they're fucking called? Summoners. So fucking dumb.
The summoners are being summoned for some reason.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
It really was dumb.
Anyway, continue.
So then you have to find these 4 glyphs.
So hold on, did you mention the Jack of Blades part?
Which Jack of Blades part?
Oh no, sorry,
It's
you're on
not-
the glyphs. You're on the glyphs. No, my bad.
It's before.
Yeah.
So you have to activate these, or you have to find these 4 glyphs
To
in this
activate
graveyard
like
to activate the oracles,
which is an all-seeing thing. It knows everything,
Yes.
which is sweet. Did you actually talk to the oracle?
I didn't talk to him more than just the time that you talked to him with Scythe. Okay.
He gives you so much information.
Oh, really?
You learn a lot about the backstory of the whole culture.
I kind of figured you would, but
Yeah.
I was just really interested.
So if you were
in finishing
good,
the game.
you could learn what happened to Whisper. You learn what
Oh, okay.
happens to your sister. Like, it's really tragic what happens to your sister. She goes to, like, unknown lands, and she meets a friendly mage who teaches her some stuff, and then she wakes up one night realizing the mage is just siphoning off her power.
Aww.
And she has to kill him, and it makes her always regret being around people. So from that point on, she never goes around people again.
Damn, that's
Yeah, it's
pretty
really
fucked
sad.
up.
But with Whisper, she travels back to her hometown. Her ship actually crashed on the way, and she has to swim mostly there across the
Damn.
ocean. Not across the
Shit.
lake, mind you. Across the fucking ocean. And she saves them from, like, raiding bandits and stuff because she's the strongest person there. So she has kind of a good ending. Like, there's a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff that the Oracle teaches you.
Okay.
They teaches you Avo and Squirm are fucking fake.
Oh.
They're not real gods.
Interesting.
He's like, somebody started this for money. And then somebody was like, well, if you're going to start it, I'm going to start it. And
Damn,
then they had
alright.
wars. So,
Crazy.
yeah, it's really sweet.
Okay.
So, yeah, you get the glyphs in the Oracle. Continue.
So yeah, you get the glyphs in the oracle. You talk to him. They talk about this like prophecy of you have to get these 3
dumb.
souls
I
to
hated
open
that it
up
was a
this
prophecy.
one thing, to open up this bronze gate that
Bronze
leads
Gate.
to this thing that everyone says is all doom behind it.
Well, so, yeah, it's literally just a prison. That's where
Yeah.
Jack of Blades was held.
Yeah.
And then he somehow got it. But again, never explains
Yeah, it never
exactly how
explained.
Jack of Blades does any of this shit.
Yeah, but so then you start hearing Jack of Blade's voice because you have Jack of Blade's mask after you killed
know what
him
I
the
just
first
realized?
time.
Maybe somebody found his mask.
Oh,
Maybe his soul was in that place, but it was able to get out because somebody put on his mask.
probably
Maybe the guy like is an avatar, the guy he is.
because he always talked about being a puppeteer.
Yeah. So maybe yeah.
Because there's several times he calls you his puppet, and
Yeah.
he says he's a puppeteer. Like there's several different occasions
Yeah.
every time you talk to him.
So
that he
maybe
talks about that.
maybe somebody put on his mask and I bet that is.
I bet that is it, 'cause
I think
he
I've read that
combines with
somewhere.
them.
Yeah,
So-
I feel like I've read that with it somewhere before.
So yeah, you have the mask after killing him, and then
Yeah.
you start hearing his voice through the mask later on, and he tells you like you find out Briar Rose, which is this womanly
She's like
heroine
a-
scholar.
Yeah, she's really smart. She's
Yeah.
really ugly again.
She tells you, she's like, hey, I figured out that the first soul that you need to absorb into the mask
As
to
a
unlock the
champion of
gate
the
is
arena.
you need to kill a king of the arena.
Yeah, which you're one, so you could definitely kill yourself.
Yeah, so you could give your own soul, or you could. The evil way is go to Thunder and kill Thunder.
Well,
the good way is to
Thun-
talk to Thunder.
Yeah, and then head back to the arena.
head back to the arena, and you can talk to an old ghost at the arena and take his soul.
Well, you have to kill all there's just a bunch of summoners there and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you after you kill everyone, you just take a soul. You don't even ask.
Oh, okay.
You're like, I'm just gonna steal one of these right here, quick.
And then, so I killed Thunder because he's right there. Just kill him.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do the evil way anyways.
And he's an asshole. He's just
he
a
is an
giant. He's
asshole,
Whisper's
especially 'cause
brother. He's
you-
just a fucking dick.
You kill Whisper, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, you fucking
He's
piece
got
of
his
shit.
He's
Like,
got a
I'm
gat
gonna-
in his hand, and it's like kill shot turned, and he's like motherfucker.
I'm gonna fucking put a cap in your motherfucking ass,
Yeah.
homie.
He's also black, which is why he's making that voice for him.
Why he also said
Oh
that
yeah.
shit. I was just going along with
I'm
his
just letting
joke.
you guys know. If you don't know, he is also black.
Yes, Whisper
He's also
and
an
Thunder
asshole.
Are like
He's
the
just a
only black
giant-
people in the game.
Yeah, really, they are.
They are the only black people.
So
in
it
the game.
also said that they came from a faraway land.
Yeah.
So they actually crossed the ocean for some
Yeah.
reason. But yeah, so I'm thinking that where they came from is kind of like Africa.
probably
Ish, maybe
something to
and
that
then where
effect.
they are is kind of like England.
Yeah,
So-
it really seemed that way.
Yeah,
in
there
the
is
game.
literally not a single other black person in the game until the second game, where I think there's more dark skinned people, but they're
okay.
not technically like African American, like
Okay.
black like that. I don't know what they are, but they're not that.
But yeah, so Thunder's been wanting to kill you anyway, so you attack him.
Also, he's an asshole. He's literally,
always
before
an
you kill
asshole.
the sister, he's just like, look at this puny little guy. My name is Thunder.
And even when you beat his sister the first time, he's like, oh, God, sister, come on, practice. You lost to this little shit.
Yeah, he's such a fucking guy, and he doesn't do any. This is the weird part.
No.
You never hear about any of his accomplishments other than he was king of the arena,
Well, and it's-
which a lot of people were king of the arena.
But when you go up to him the first time you're trying to get to the King Arena and you have to go talk to Thunder anyways, he's talking to some town and he's
no,
like...
not whole glade. He's in not whole
Yeah,
glade.
he's in not whole glade, and not
talking
whole
to the
glade's
chief.
like...
We don't need a hero.
Nothing's
Yeah.
attacking us. Like, why would we
For
need you?
the first time in years, nothing is attacked because the legendary hero fucking killed everything
Yeah.
because you guys just fuck around.
And so, yeah, I killed him, and then Jack of Blades says this stuff like, yes, good, now we have to kill a heroine or whatever, and then you go back to the shrine, and Briar Rose is like, oh, the next thing we need is the soul of a heroine, which the only heroine I know is your mother, and she would be so glad to give up her soul for this cause.
Yeah, and she
I know
also
it'll be hard for you.
She also says, what does she say? She says, like, I could be it too, but I kind of want to keep my soul.
Yeah, that's exactly what she says. She says that right after she says all this stuff about your mother.
It's so funny.
And then then you hear Jack's voice again saying, you could just kill her or whatever.
Yeah.
So
why go all the way to Oakvale?
Yes.
Why not just kill what's right in front of you?
So I killed her, and then
You get her soul, and Jack
get her
tells
soul.
you who the next person is. I
yes.
think, if you kill
So
her.
if you kill her, she doesn't decipher the third clue for
Yeah.
you. So then Jack's like, oh, you know who the next soul we should collect is? The Guildmaster.
Yeah.
Let's kill the Guildmaster. So you go to the guild, and there's a guard there who's like, hey, the Guildmaster's up in the guild.
Yeah, I like how
woods."
he's just like, hey man, we know you just killed a bunch of people. We know you're completely evil, but hey, you want to know our leader is in the
He's
guild
hiding
woods.
from you in the guild woods.
Yeah.
and you can go find him if you want, or whatever. And then another guard comes and is like, hey, we deciphered it. We deciphered it without Briar Rose.
Okay, so that's weird. So I thought always Briar Rose had to do it. But if you killed her, you had to kill the guildmaster, but apparently you don't. Because you can
you can still
get
switch.
Nostro.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this other guy comes up to you and tells you that you can Nostro's soul will work too. So then you can actually go, and I went to go kill the guildmaster. So I went through, and he sends a bunch of guards after you, which he has like 15 guards. You have to kill all 15 of them
Yeah.
before you attack him, which is probably one of the funniest parts of the game, honestly, because you kill all the guards, and he's like, hey, okay. You really don't need to do this. I will teleport you right now to Nostro's grave. We don't have to travel anymore. Like, I will travel you there instantly, right now, and you can save my soul, and you can take his soul. He's like, but if you do decide to fight me, I may be an old man, but I still could put up a fight. You took out Maze, but you won't be able to take out me, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And so I just decided to attack him. It was the funniest thing. He gets done saying all that stuff like that. You slice him once and he dies.
Yep.
He just instantly...
It's the best. Did you get
So
the
you knock him
achievement?
down and then you stab him in the chest afterwards. You do like a finishing move on him.
Yeah.
And then you get the achievement for killing him. I was like, oh.
Did you see what it was called?
I forgot what it was
It's
called.
Guildmaster. Your health is low. It's the best. That's the only reason I wanted to do it because it's so fucking funny.
Awesome. Some of the achievement stuff was
the
awesome.
Demon
Like,
Door one is open sesame middle finger.
open sesame, my little finger.
It's so good.
And then the one for like upgrading your stuff was you're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah. Upgrade. Getting, but hero, you're not a wizard. Getting all the magic stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed this, by the way. Did you notice that you were the only person who could use all three?
All three.
All three things.
What do you mean?
Physique, skill, mana.
Oh no, I guess I didn't.
Literally, so everyone else, like Maze, has a weapon, but he doesn't do a lot of damage when he hits you. But when he hits you with magic, he does.
Yeah, he does.
So each person is restricted to one type.
Oh, but
and you're,
because
of your bloodline,
you
yeah,
can do all three.
Yeah, exactly. So you are the only one who can do all three, and so can technically so can Teresa, but she doesn't. She chooses not to. But she's aware of how to do all three.
Okay.
So yeah, you are literally the only one who does it, because if you notice, Maze is just magic, Scarlet's just magic, the Guildmaster's just magic.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
why they're so weak and easy to kill. Technically, Thunder was just strength.
Yeah.
Although he did have a little bit of magic, I think, because he used his Thunder thing, but I think that was more...
He didn't use it on me at all. He didn't use any magic on me.
Oh, sorry. If you fight him for Lady Grey, he lifts up his sword and like thunder comes out. But that's why he's called Thunder, because that's the only thing he can do. And I'm like, that's not.
Yeah,
lightning.
he didn't even do that at all.
It's not even thunder. It's fucking lightning, you dick. Twin Blades used to be a hero. And he all strength.
Yeah,
like if you notice, like that's the main thing is there's only
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it really does.
It's really interesting when you actually go into the lore of that. But yeah, continue. So you defeat the Guildmaster, or you go defeat Nostro.
Yeah, so you either get your mother's soul, a soul of the arena, and Nostro's soul, or you get Thunder, Briar Rose, and the Guildmasters.
Also, he's called the Guildmaster, but Maze was actually the headmaster of the guild.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I don't understand his point in being in there at all.
You could mix and match them, so you could do some good and some evil or whatever.
You could do really whatever you want.
If you did all evil or all good or whatever, then you open the door, and then you see Jack is like, ha 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 ha, you fell in my trap, you little puppet. I'm the puppet master, blah blah blah. And then
I wanted you to open the door. I acted like I did because I actually wanted it. It was a trap. Wait, this doesn't make any sense. I should have just said, don't open the door.
Defeat me, blah 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 blah. And then he comes up as a dragon.
Yeah, he's the last dragon of Albion.
Yes.
Because the original, if you're in the Heroes Guild, did you notice the 4 graves?
I noticed them, but I didn't read all of them.
So one of them says one of the heroes was the last dragon rider of Albion, and he led the Dragon Knights.
Oh, okay.
And then one grave is empty, and that's presumably your grave when you die.
Oh, okay.
For the greatest hero. And then all the others, one of them, this is how they explain all those tiers. So the Sword of Aeons was created by the Great Calamity, the magical event that Jack of Blades and King of Blades and Queen of Blades came out of.
Okay.
And Alvo's Tier was created by one of the other heroes in the grave. It's the sorcerer. He was a wizard.
Okay.
And he closed a portal in Bowerstone.
Okay.
And by closing the portal, it created a great sword, and that was Alvo's Tier.
Oh, okay.
So those graves are pretty sweet reading them, though, because one of them, I think 2 of them were wizards, and one of them was a fighter.
Interesting.
No skill hero, though, which I thought was kind of dumb.
So then, after you defeat him, then
2 shots. It takes 4 shots if you do the Scorn's bow with multi-arrow max out. So
yeah,
he's really easy to kill him.
He's pretty easy to kill. If you go onto the staircase, then you dodge all of his like trimmer attacks and stuff like that.
I just took him.
And then you just roll away from his flame attacks, and then you just shoot him.
You don't even have to do any of that. Just get barrier and stand in front of it and keep smashing the right button.
I have barrier all the way up, and I didn't have my multi-arrow all the way up, so I did it the old-fashioned way.
If you want to do it easy, just get barrier all the way up and get multi-arrow, because I just stood right in front of him and shot him 4 times and won in like 20 seconds. So
it took me a couple minutes. But so then you fight him, and then you absorb his soul into the mask.
Yeah.
And then
which was weird.
The mask starts talking to you, saying like, "You'll have ultimate power if you put me on." And then you have to be like, there's a button to throw the mask away, or you do nothing to put the mask on. And
I put the mask on before, but it doesn't do anything special.
No, it really doesn't.
It just makes you infamous, really.
So yeah, basically all it does,
you become Jack of Blades. That's really what it is.
Yeah, you become both of you and have the same body.
Yeah.
Basically like a Killer Frost, Caitlyn Snow.
No, you're not you anymore.
No, you still are.
Kind of. So you're
both in the same.
Yeah. But Jack of Blades is in control. So you're controlling your character or whatever. But it's Jack of Blades.
It is Jack of Blades now. Which is basically like how he says probably what happened and why he's even back. Is someone found his mask and put it on.
Yeah.
He took control of them because that's always what he does is take control of his host.
He's probably done that a few times.
Probably.
And the Archon didn't do shit. Scythe is the worst ever because he doesn't help you at all. He just says, "You need to go fight it. I'm fucking old." And I'm like, I get it. But you can do something for me. You can like go get one of the souls, please.
And if you do stay tuned after the credits and stuff, which you can skip the credits at the end, you actually get back into the game and you can keep doing all the side quests and keep doing everything else that you want to do. Everything you haven't done.
I will say one of the things you can do, which is fun, is go into Bowerstone. Like, it's really annoying. Bowerstone is the one place in the whole game you can't have weapons.
Yeah.
So you have 0 weapons. So it's the one place that's the hardest to own all the property. Because you have to have people follow you outside and you kill them outside and you go back and you buy the property right away.
Interesting.
So my buddy did this a long time ago and I was listening to him while he was playing this and he would go up to so he killed all the adults and he's like, why can't I buy any of the house? fuck, some of them have kids. And so he had to make the kids follow him, and he would be like, come here, little boy. And it was the most fucked up thing I've ever heard. But yeah, you have to literally take them all outside and just kill them. And that's the only way you can own Bowerstone.
Wow.
It's really annoying.
That's ridiculous.
But in the second game, they fixed that. You can just buy shit.
Oh, okay.
You can buy shit for any price you want.
Oh, nice.
And the third game is actually a needed thing to buy everything, so you get enough money to not lose your entire population.
Oh, okay.
But in the first game, it's really hard to buy shit. It's one of the achievements is like own a whole town and get like 500,000 in rent money or something like that. Which I'm sure is easy with a bordello.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
But you could just go to what I did was go to Oakville, just slaughter everyone, and sat there and slept a few days and collected all my rent. But it's fun too. You can. What was your favorite demon door? How about I ask that? What was your favorite demon door? Because I know which one was mine.
The sex one was really funny because I went up to it multiple times because I didn't have sex enough.
Yeah.
So all the things that he said I thought were just fucking hilarious. I'm trying to think what my other favorite demon door was. I didn't do the fat one, but the fat one, he was hilarious.
That one was fucking amazing. All you have to do is just eat a bunch because you lose the weight really fast.
I didn't realize that if you ate pot, because I collected a lot of health potions, a lot of apples, and a lot of carrots,
but
and I was eating those.
Wait.
So if you eat a lot of meat,
if you just drink beer,
pie,
you could just drink all your beer
or
and
eat
then
all
you can
pie
get
too.
Yeah, I had a bunch of pie and beer that I saved, and I went there and I just got really fat in front of him. And he was like, ooh.
And then you can eat tofu to get skinny too.
Yeah, but you don't even have to because if you run around, you get skinny.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, literally, I was skinny 10 minutes later because I ran around so much.
Okay, I should have done that.
Yeah, it's really easy. I don't remember what you get from it. It's probably just one of the Aegis of Will potions or something like that. Or maybe a weapon, but I don't remember. But you go in, it's just funny. He's like, chubby cheeks. He's just so happy that you're so fat. Some of my favorites were the ones where you can either be really good or you just take out your lamp and you shine it in front of him and he fucking opens the door. He's like, oh, you're so good, you're illuminating. It's just so funny.
I love the Nostro door because you get all of Nostro's items back that the Grave Master stole and hid in other grave sites and stuff like that, and then you finally get all that Nostro.
He's not called a Grave Master. He's called an Undertaker per se.
Whatever. But you, Nostro's like, all right, you did all this for me. I'll open the path for you. You go back up to the door, and the door's like, so you gave Nostro all of his stuff back. I guess I'll open the door for you, but do not put a finger on me. And I was just like, oh my god. And then it opens by itself. I was like, I don't even touch you at all. Why are you being so bitchy about it?
So funny. What's funny about... So just a side thing here. So I was at a stoplight one time, okay?
Okay.
I'm at a stoplight, my window's down because it was a hot day.
Okay.
And I had my old Mazda, which does not have good AC.
Yeah.
This was years ago. So I'm at the stoplight. It's that one where you have to turn onto 47 to get onto 34.
Oh, okay.
Right where Center Place is?
Yeah.
So just you guys don't need to fucking know that, but he does. So I'm sitting there. It's a double turn lane, so there's two turn lanes. And the guy next to me lowers his fucking window and says, hey, do you know why I always wanted to be an Undertaker? And I said, I don't care. And he said, because I always wanted to have a bunch of people under me. And then I rolled up my window. Yeah. Somebody did that to me at a fucking, stoplight. What? Yeah. I was like, are you fucking serious? This is what you people do with your fucking... And it was an old man.
I bet he was selling Mountain Dew out of his trunk,
Yeah, probably a complete piece of human trash. But he said that at a fucking stoplight. And I'm like... And it's just because I said Undertaker, that's the only thing that reminded me of it. I'm just like, God damn, why would you do that? I would never talk to anyone I don't know. And he's just sitting there at the stoplight, rolling down his fucking window.
Because we're going a little off topic, I guess I'll tell my weirdest story with the person out on the street, too. So, I was driving in Pennsylvania, and it was...
Oh, I remember this one, actually. Yes, yeah, tell it, though.
So, I was driving in Pennsylvania, and it was raining, and I was behind this box truck, and I wasn't too
What do you mean
close.
by box truck? Do you mean like a
moving truck?
Okay,
kind of
okay,
thing.
that's what I figured.
It wasn't a moving truck per se, but it was one for a business.
Yeah.
Like one of those ones for errands or whatever. But it was one of those box trucks, and I was driving behind it, but I was a normal distance behind it.
2 to 3 car lengths.
A normal probably two.
Probably less than you son of a bitch.
Probably 2. No, I was actually I do stay a little bit further away when it's raining really hard. And it was raining decently. So I was a little bit behind it still, like more than I normally am. And this guy is fucking flashing his lights behind me and stuff. We get up to a stoplight and he pulls up next to me. He's like, "Oh, you fucking from Colorado?" And I'm just like, "Well, yeah, actually, I am." And he's like, "Oh, you're probably stoned, you fucking dumbass. Getting so close behind that truck. You think that truck fucking appreciates that? You think that truck fucking appreciates how fucking close you are to it?
Oh,
you piece of
Jesus.
shit. You fucking dumbass,
I would
high-ass
ask-
Coloradian."
I would have had so many.
Like-
I would have gotten out of my car and fucking hit him with a pipe.
I almost did if there wasn't a girl in the car with me.
I don't care. I would have gotten out of my car. I would have stood in front of him. I would have called the cops right there.
I was just like,
I would
you
have been
know,
like,
I'm
"You
just,
fucking little
I'm
shit fuck."
just like, you, whatever. And I rolled up my window and I just drove. And
Yeah.
I took a different path. On
I
the
would
way
be.
home.
I would be so mad. I would fight that guy. I get pissed off on the road already. I don't need someone talking to me.
Well, seriously, and it's like I was a normal car link. It wasn't like I was too close. And even if I was, he wasn't the one that I was bothering.
Here's the thing about that. What he was probably thinking is when it rains, it picks up all the oil that's on the ground and brings it to the surface at a light drizzle. When it's heavily raining, it actually washes that oil off, so you don't have to worry about it as much.
Yeah.
That's probably what he was thinking, but that fucking idiot probably doesn't know. It actually rains fucking everywhere. So is he a fucking moron? Yeah, he's a fucking
Well,
moron.
it's just kind of funny though. Like that was an insult in Pennsylvania. Like, "Oh, you from Colorado? You
Yeah.
high ass motherfucker!" And I'm like,
I think Pennsylvania
What?
passed their laws.
they
for
did.
fucking
They were one of
car.
the first
Pieces of
ones,
shit.
which was funny because Colorado and California were like one of the first ones. But
No,
Pennsylvania,
California just did it.
Oh, yeah.
Recently, it was
Well-
Colorado and Seattle, or in
Yes.
Washington.
Yes.
Yes.
And then Pennsylvania was actually one of the first ones, even though they're like really against it there.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of the people are
Well,
like,
because
adamantly against it.
It just
there.
depends where you're from. It's weird. A lot of the rural people.
Well, it's because of the
from,
Amish
like-
and Mennonite
Yeah,
communities.
yeah. Well, and not just that, just the rural people. Like those
True.
farmers are fucking insane. They're very like. It's weird that
In their
people
ways.
they let people judge their political views and their like normal like views on where they're from rather than their own personal experience.
True.
So they're from rural areas, so they say, "Well, I'm from rural area, so I have to be against pot."
Yeah.
And I'm from a big city, so I have to be for pot.
True.
That's really fucking dumb. Just make an opinion based on yourself, not based on where you're from. That's all I
advice
ask.
for everyone.
Yeah,
just
seriously.
make your own opinions.
Anyway, we're getting way off topic. But, yeah, fuck those people. That fucking guy. I hope he died in a car crash 10 minutes later.
Damn.
But yeah, so after the end of the game, you really can't do a lot. You can finish up the side quest. I think
Yeah.
you keep all your quests. Like it'll say you abandon them, but they'll come back.
Yeah, which is weird because there's one point they're like, "You'll abandon every quest that you had if you take this one," but
the
it
reasoning
doesn't.
I think is because in the original Fable it did.
Oh, okay.
So in the original Fable, it abandoned all the quests. It had made it so you couldn't open any more silver chests too.
Yeah.
So you had to do all of this before the
Okay.
final fight with Jack of Blades, which wasn't the dragon fight, was the Sword of Aeon's
Yeah.
fight. So you had to do all of that.
Interesting.
Which was weird. It's so strange that they decided that, yeah, if you fight the last boss, you can't do nothing anymore. You're just done.
yeah.
But what would be the point? So back then, there weren't achievements.
True.
Nowadays, you can go back and do achievements and actually have fun.
Yeah, because
playing through
I
the
did read
post-game.
that they add the achievements
Yeah.
afterwards, and they added the Xbox Smart Glass afterwards, so
Yeah.
you can use the app to use your map and stuff through the app and stuff.
Yeah,
like
it was
that
dumb
too.
though. I never used Smart Glass.
I never used it
was
either.
dumb. It was really dumb. It just showed you hidden stuff, but if you already played it, you knew where everything was. And by
Yeah.
the way, the Lost Chapters, if you do play it on the original Xbox, it's a little different than the Anniversary, but they just took out some of the glitches.
Yeah.
So there's a Sword of Aeon's glitch you could do at the end of the game to keep it and keep Avo's tier.
okay.
Because you can't, even if you do the glitch that I said at the beginning, you can't keep it after that if you don't
Okay.
kill Teresa.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is, while you're fighting Jack of Blades, you kill him and you have the sword in your hand. If you save the checkpoint and quit, it'll bring you before the fight with the Sword of Aeons.
Okay.
And if you unequip it, you can even fight Jack with it. And I think you get to keep it, but you should unequip it because then it won't be in your hands anymore.
Interesting.
And it'll be in your hand and you'll destroy the copy of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you can get Avo's tier as well, so you can have both.
Interesting. Okay.
But there's no point having both. They both do
'Cause
the
you
same
can't
fucking
use
thing.
both.
Yeah. You can't dual wield.
Yeah.
But you can still have it in the Lost Chapters, but in Anniversary they fixed that.
Yeah.
So a lot of Anniversary is fixing glitches, adding little things into it, changing a few like small things.
Yeah, but it was the lost chapters
Yeah.
just fixing things.
Yeah, just very small. Nothing major was really
Yeah.
changed from Anniversary to the Lost Chapters. But
Yeah.
a few things were different. Some glitches were fixed, and I think a few dialogue options were a little different too.
Oh, okay.
So I think they added a few things. I can't remember specifically. I remember them doing something and be like, oh, this is something they fixed. Because this never fucking happened before.
Yeah. One of the other favorite dialogues that I had was if you did take over the bordello, some of the prostitutes were just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna rock your world or whatever.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
some of the prostitutes are like, oh, you're just gonna be just like that scummy other guy, making us do stuff on our own. And then you take them to the bedroom, and it does like the screen blocks out, and then you just hear voices or whatever.
I just love
But then they're just like, yes, you're the greatest hero ever. I love you forever. You're the best person I've
Yeah.
ever met in my entire life.
Because
And I'm
they're all
like,
in their prostitute mode. They have to
Yeah.
be like that. And my favorite is when they're like, oh, hero. Oh, hero. Oh, hero. Like, they just get louder and louder. I'm like, Jesus Christ, game. It is so funny. I love this sex.
I'm
in that game.
gonna wrap my legs around you like silk.
You know you can marry a girl in each town or whatever?
I didn't do any of the marrying because I couldn't figure it out because I was evil and everyone hated me. I didn't ever get the attraction
I don't
thing.
think you can get married if you
Yeah,
unless you
I
marry
was
Lady
scary
Grey.
and evil.
Yeah.
With my armor stuff, so everyone was just terrified of me. The only person I probably could have married was Lady Grey at that point.
She was evil, so why didn't you marry her?
Well, because I wanted to become mayor.
Oh, well, you... so you get the same things you get as Mary. All you get is access to the
okay.
mansion. And you need to go into the mansion to get the Katana Hiru and then also a silver key.
I didn't want to fight Thunder right away because I thought it was going to be harder than it was. I thought it was going to be like a twin blade kind of a fight.
No, he's easy. I fucked him up really fast.
Well, I fucked him up too when I tried to fight him to take his soul.
He's a little harder, actually, in the original fight than he is in that
okay.
fight because he doesn't do as much, apparently.
Interesting.
I remember killing him because I did both. You know, when I first played,
Yeah.
I saved and then I did both killings because I wanted to see what would happen when you did both. But the evil killings were definitely more fun.
For sure.
Yeah, the good killings are whatever. You don't really kill anything. You just take souls that are already dead.
And you just kill a bunch of minions.
Yeah, minions. But if you kill the people, like they're always like, "What are you doing? Why would you do this?" Like, bitch, I have horns growing out of my head.
God, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You will bow down to me. I'm the strongest motherfucker that's ever lived.
Yeah, I will say at one point we should play the second game too.
Okay.
And sometime in the future, not right
Yeah.
away, because that game is a lot of fun and it's a lot more fun than the first one. Although the final boss fight is really fucking lame.
Okay.
It's literally just like the Guildmaster fight.
Oh, damn. All right.
Yeah. So yeah.
You ready to get in the reviews?
I think so. So how'd you like being first time playing this game? How'd you like it?
First time playing it, I actually would say it is worth it.
Yeah.
I think it's even on Game Pass, right?
I think so, probably.
I think it is on Game Pass
I've
right
owned
now.
it for a while, so
And
I don't remember.
It's not an expensive game anyways, but even if you had to spend like $20 for it, I'd still say it's
Yeah,
worth
honestly,
it.
I remember when it first came out, it was $20, and I'm like, they should have charged $40 because I would have still paid it.
Yeah, it's honestly it's a really good older RPG. Like, yeah, the loading times and stuff's kind of annoying. Some of those things are kind of annoying, but it is just kind of a fun game, and you do feel pretty powerful, and a lot of the powers really have a lot of weight, and the story is pretty damn good, actually.
And I mean, again, it's a simple RPG. So if you're not into RPGs, this is a really good one to start out with because you learn it pretty fast and you don't have to worry about big stats or anything getting in your way.
Yeah, if you were like someone who thought like Skyrim was way too complicated, but you still want to play like an RPG style game, this is the game for you. This is a way easier RPG.
Or if you've got like a boyfriend or girlfriend who wants to get into video games, this is a good starting point. I think.
Yeah.
Fable is a great starting point for people.
And there's just so many things you can do in the game. So many weird things.
Yeah,
you can
and it's
do.
funny. Like I think that really. The story's kind of okay, and it's funny, and it's easy to play through. The weapon system's really simple. You know, they have a different button, basically, for melee weapons, different button for archer weapons,
And there
different
is-
button for magic stuff, so it makes it a lot easier.
There is a lot of things in the game, like a lot of those menus that I didn't learn till later on in the game. So there's a kind of a mastery of the game where you can actually like control where your magic spells are in their slots. You can change like what your quick use items are. Like you can put spade and like fishing pole in your quick items and stuff like that.
You don't need to, though. Those you don't need to.
I did, but just because it was easier.
Because they pop up when you can use them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, this game for me, totally worth it too. Honestly, $40 is a great price for this game. If you get it for $40, obviously you're not going to. You're gonna
get it cheap.
Probably like 10 now.
Probably.
Honestly, but this game was one of the best games when it came out, and I still think that now. Like it's one of the best early games at the time.
No, especially for the time that it came out and stuff, and it was really enjoyable to play now. And honestly, doing the anniversary edition, so it had the Lost Chapters edition to it as well. I finished it in exactly 12 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh, I did everything. And I mean everything. Every quest, everything you could do in the game, I did 23 hours.
Okay. So I did a very vanilla playthrough besides getting Scorn's Bow and besides like other things that I looked up. And I've completed the entire game in 12 hours and 15 minutes. I did not complete everything.
Yeah.
It probably would have.
But another 10 hours is not crazy for a game. 23 hours is pretty average.
And honestly, for all completionist kind of games, you always add an extra 10 hours of just exploration and finding everything.
Yeah, if you want to, you don't have to.
But yeah, I didn't have to, and I honestly playing the game, like I felt pretty accomplished doing all the things that I did do. I didn't complete everything, but the things that I didn't complete, I didn't seem were necessary either. Like those games, like you get the dolls, but there's no point in the story for getting them.
It's just an achievement thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you want to get all the achievements, play through it. Honestly, the achievements, I got them all so easy. It's not one of those games where it's like, God damn, I got to spend 6 hours getting this one fucking achievement. No, it's not even like that.
And it's not one of those ones where it's hard to get those achievements where you're like, you have to get it very, very specifically. Like, it has to be exactly at this time, at this way.
Yeah.
It's like some achievements are, but...
Yeah. All right, so that was Fable. We hope you guys enjoyed that. Remember, like, review, comment, anything really, anywhere. We're on a lot of platforms. Tell your friends about us. If they like video games and they like hearing people talk about video games, unless they don't, then don't, I guess, tell them. Do whatever you want. But really, guys, it really helps us out a lot, hearing some feedback and getting some...
more game titles.
Yeah,
and stuff
seriously.
For us to play.
Like this really helps us out, guys.
Oh yeah.
We really appreciate all you guys listening to. We love coming here. We love playing the games and talking about it. And like I said, I've been getting out of my comfort zone a lot, playing games I've never played before.
I totally forgot to say this. This is episode number 10.
Oh, is this 10?
This is number 10.
I didn't even realize we were already up to 10.
This is number 10. So I probably will put something at the beginning of this, like number 10, like a big like 10 thing.
Maybe
with,
we should
like,
say that for 100, Steve.
I'm proud of this.
All right, we'll start at 10, and then the next is 100.
Maybe 50.
100. I will say Fable is better than Banjo, easily. Easily.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's not...
It's way better than Two Worlds.
Yeah, well, every game has been better than Two Worlds so far. Dark Sector, when we get to that one might be the only one that's not.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because that one was fucking awful.
Okay.
Again, I don't remember any of the plot line, besides maybe there was a curse or a medical thing or something. But I could not tell you how anything happened. I looked it up recently, and now I know, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. But the fact that I completely forgot, but I played through the game twice, tells you how bad that game is. Also, I looked at my achievement on it. The first time I played it was like 26... 9, like 2009, right? And I beat it on 1.6. So it took me a little while to beat it, right?
Okay.
That's a good 10 days.
Yeah.
And then I beat it on the next difficulty, the brutal difficulty, 2 days later.
Oh, wow.
So I must have really learned how to play it.
Yeah.
I beat it really fast. I was like, how did I do that? I don't even remember doing it.
Okay.
This is how bad this game was, I think. But again, when I looked at the reviews, it was highly rated. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this game?
I'll have to check
what did I
out
hate about it? So yeah, guys, just seriously, like, review. Thanks for listening. We appreciate everyone.
Then, next week we are playing Sleeping Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs. Yeah. That game's it has been a lot of fun so far. So I'm excited to come back.
And that's a big long campaign.
Yeah.
I was looking up average times 15 hours. Average time. Just stories 15 hours.
Yeah, I'll probably spend like 25.
Its average is about 22 to 25 hours, and then 35 hours for completionist.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do completionist.
I'm not either. That's a long game, but
yeah. All right, guys. We really appreciate you listening again.
We love you.
Soul of a Gamer signing out.
Bye.